All right, your reaction to the vote?
Well, I just think it was a great day. I think it was a great day for Minnesota. I think that, after a long, hard battle and talking about what the right kind of bill should be with the work of Senator Eaton, Senator Sieben, I think it was our caucus really understood how important this is to low-income working Minnesotans. So it was a great day. It was a respectful debate, and I think that's important.
Senator Eaton, how do you feel having carried it this far and then?
Oh, it's a relief after a couple years to get this resolved, and I think it's a great day, like I said, for the working poor of Minnesota. We've taken their bottom line into account and stood up for them.
How are the conversations going with the House?
I think the conversations are well. We came together and, I think everybody thought we were fighting, but really we're just trying to figure out the right direction. So I expect for this to pass in the House. Sometimes I've been a member of the House. Sometimes it might take a little longer, but I think that they're going to pass the bill as well.
And is this going to get do you know what the procedure is? Are they just going to take up your file and send it to the governor?
Yeah, the last I heard that they were going to take up our file and hopefully they keep it, it will be the same file, keep it amendment free, and then they can get it to the governor.
I think it's important to note, too, that this was a really broad coalition of people that helped us get to today, whether it be folks from the labor community, the faith-based organizations, or others. There were a lot of regular Minnesotans who took the time to come to the Capitol, to lobby for this, to make sure that this day happened. So we are all appreciative of the Senate, of those groups of people and thousands of Minnesotans who weighed in on this issue over the past 18 months or so.
So when do actual people see who are either below the minimum wage or, they're above it, but they see an increase? When do they actually see the pay increase, and when do they start seeing it on their paychecks?
The bill starts August. It's August 1st, they'll go to $8.
Yes.
And then $9 the next August, and then $9.50, and then that's when the Dolly Commissioner will get in and take a look at the economy and then figure out this indexing that we did. So people will start to see this pretty good. I know the people who in my district are pretty excited about this.
The rates that are in the bill are a little bit higher than what you guys talked about Monday. Why were those, I think in years 1 and 2, not in the third year, but why'd those go up?
I just think that, we're trying to get there, and I don't think there was a particular reason other than we just wanted to make sure we had a really good predictable pattern, and that just seemed to really work in what the leaders agreed upon.
Can you clarify also, though, suspension, that's, if the commissioner does that, that's only for 1 year?
Well, the commissioner will go back every single year and take a look at that and figure out what we call the off-ramp or the on-ramp. And there's a series of economic indicators that, don't ask me to explain other than the Dolly Commissioner is well-versed in that, and that's how they'll make the decision. It will go out to the public, though, before he does it, if he or she does it.
And there's going to be, as Senator Hayden said, the wage starting in 2016 will begin to go up either by this 2.5% increase or the implicit price deflator. So the bill is going to mean that the minimum wage after $9.50 will continue to go up unless the economy hits a real rough spot. And then there's language in the legislation that specifies if these economic conditions are met, then the Dolly Commissioner can put a hold on things temporarily.
So the commissioner can't, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this, the commissioner can't say, because a new governor comes in and says, I don't want the minimum wage to go up, the commissioner can't stop it on his or her own?
That's correct. There are specific economic indicators that need to be met before the Dolly Commissioner could say, we need to, I think that this might be time for a pause. And then, as Senator Hayden said, there would need to be public input into that process. And then, if that does happen, there would be an opportunity later to make up for that pause.
Just to follow up on that, then what triggers it to go back in and go back on? I mean,
when the economic conditions are no longer met as specified in the bill.
I was just hoping somebody could encapsulate today's debate. Were you surprised it wasn't longer? Was it longer than expected?
Well, I just think it was a thoughtful debate, and I think one of the things that we all really believe in is to kind of put the facts out there, take the hyperbole down, allow members to really express themselves in their district, and I thought that was the tone that we set, working with the Minority Leader, Senator Hand, and others. I think that we were able to talk about it. Plus, we have been talking about this for over a year, so I think that at that point, people kind of knew where each of us stood.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you coming by.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Senate majority, is this something you work to pull back?
Well, I think there are things in the bill that probably will need adjustment. I think, again, this is one of a number of bills where we've seen both Republicans and Democrats oppose it. And the coalition that has supported this bill has not included any of the Chamber of Commerce folks or the retailers or the grocers. And I think it's one of those things that there is bipartisan support to accomplish something, but in this case I think an extreme part of the Democrat Party is driving the agenda down here and wanting to do things in a way that I guess reflects that perspective.
Wait, you're saying that there's support for the minimum wage on both sides of the aisle?
Absolutely. One of our members, Senator Dames, had a bill that was introduced at the beginning of the session, never got a hearing. And that bill also had co-authors, and I believe there may have been even clone bills, similar bills. And so, in fact, we even saw today on the floor there was a vote that I think all of our members supported to conform to the federal rate. So it's not that there is resistance to the idea of doing something to increase minimum wage, but we think it needs to be done thoughtfully. It needs to be done with a way that has broad support, which this bill doesn't. And I think we also need to make sure we're focusing on trying to do things that maximize opportunity in the state rather than just look at how do we increase the minimum wage.
Top on your list probably to redo, if that chance comes your way, would be the indexing part, I guess.
Well, I think that's particularly troublesome, and a point was made on the floor that whenever you remove the authority of the legislature to make decisions and put it in the hands of an unelected or a bureaucratic structure, I think that's maybe not the best way to govern. So yes, I think that is one of the problems in the bill. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Senator.